If you've been doing glute exercises and wondering why your backside still feels weak, your balance hasn't improved, and you're actually feeling more pain than progress, I need you to stop everything right now. Because the 3 mistakes I'm about to reveal aren't just keeping you weak, they're setting you up for a fall, literally. And after working with hundreds of women over 60, I can tell you that what you think is helping your glutes might actually be stealing your independence. In the next 15 minutes, you're going to discover the 3 hidden mistakes that sabotage nearly every glute workout for women our age, and exactly how to fix them today. Just like Barbara, 71, who spent 8 months doing squats religiously, only to end up with knee pain and 0 results, until she corrected just one of these mistakes. Within 3 weeks, she noticed her stairs felt easier and her lower back pain vanished. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn changes everything. Let me ask you something. Have you been showing up, doing the exercises, following the advice, but your body just isn't responding the way you hoped? You're not alone. In fact, this is the #1 frustration I hear from women over 60 who are trying to strengthen their glutes. You do your bridges, you do your squats, maybe you even bought resistance bands. You're consistent, you're trying, but when you stand up from a chair, you still feel that same wobble. When you climb stairs, your knees still ache. Your lower back still bothers you. And deep down, you're starting to wonder if maybe your body just can't change anymore. Maybe you've passed some invisible deadline where muscle building just stops working. But here's what's really happening. It's not your age. It's not your genetics. And it's definitely not too late. The problem is that the glute exercises everyone recommends, the ones you see in articles and videos, weren't designed with your body in mind. They were designed for younger bodies with different hormone levels, different joint health, and completely different risk factors. Let me tell you about Patricia. She's 67, a retired teacher from Ohio. Patricia came to me after a frightening incident. She'd been doing glute exercises from a popular fitness channel for 4 months. Every single day, she'd get down on her mat and do her bridges, her clamshells, her donkey kicks. She was so proud of her consistency. But one morning, getting out of her car at the grocery store, her hip just gave out. She didn't fall, thank goodness, but the sharp pain and the terrifying feeling of her leg not supporting her that shook her to her core. When we sat down together, she told me through tears that she felt betrayed by her own body. She'd been doing everything right, or so she thought. The truth was, she'd been making all 3 of the mistakes I'm about to share with you. And those mistakes hadn't just wasted her time, they'd actually weakened the very muscles she was trying to strengthen. Now, you might be thinking you're doing everything correctly, but here's what concerns me. Most of the glute exercise advice out there completely ignores what happens to our bodies after 60. And in just a moment, I'll show you exactly why most people never fix this, and why it keeps getting worse until something forces them to stop. Before we dive into the mistakes, let's clear up some dangerous myths that are floating around. Myth #1. You need to feel the burn to know it's working. This is completely backwards for women our age. That burning sensation, it often means you're compensating with the wrong muscles. Your hip flexors, your lower back, even your quads are taking over while your glutes stay dormant. The exercises that actually rebuild glute strength after 60 often feel subtle, almost too easy at first. But that's exactly the point. Myth #2. More repetitions equal better results. I've seen women doing 50, even 100 bridges, wondering why their backs hurt and their glutes are still flat. Here's the truth. After 60, quality crushes quantity every single time. 10 bridges done correctly with proper muscle engagement will transform your body faster than 100 bridges done the way most people do them. And here's something that surprises almost everyone. The reason your glutes aren't responding isn't usually because the exercises are too easy. It's because they're being done in a way that lets every other muscle do the work instead. Your body is incredibly smart. It will always choose the path of least resistance. And if your glutes have been sleeping for years, your body has gotten very good at accomplishing movement without them. Now let's get into the 3 mistakes that are stealing your results. Mistake #1, You're moving from your back instead of your glutes. This is the big one. When most women over 60 do a glute bridge, they arch their lower back to lift their hips. It looks like the exercise is being done correctly. The hips are rising, but the glutes are barely working. Instead, the lower back muscles are straining, the hamstrings are cramping, and the actual glute muscles, the ones that stabilize your pelvis and protect your knees, are just along for the ride. Here's how to know if you're doing this. After a set of bridges, where do you feel it? If you feel it in your lower back or the backs of your thighs, your glutes aren't doing the work. This compensation pattern is exactly why so many women end up with back pain from exercises that are supposed to help them. The fix is something I call the pelvic anchor. Before you lift into a bridge, you need to tilt your pelvis slightly, pressing your lower back gently toward the floor. Then, and this is critical, you lift by squeezing your glutes, not by arching your spine. Think about tucking your tailbone under as you rise. It's a completely different feeling. The range of motion might even be smaller at first, but you'll feel it exactly where you should, right in the meat of your buttocks. Mistake number 2, your feet are in the wrong position. This sounds so simple, but foot placement determines everything about which muscles activate during glute exercises. Most instructions tell you to place your feet hip-width apart, but here's what they don't tell you. The exact distance from your body, the angle of your toes, even how you press through your foot, all of this changes which muscles dominate the movement. If your feet are too far from your body, your hamstrings take over. If they're too close, your quads do all the work. If your toes point out too much, you lose glute activation. If they point straight ahead but you're pressing through your toes instead of your heels, once again, you're missing the target. Here's the position that works for most women over 60. Place your feet so that when your knees are bent, your fingertips can just barely touch your heels. Toes point forward or very slightly outward, whatever feels natural for your hips. And here's the key. Press through your heels. Actually lift your toes slightly off the ground if you need to. This one adjustment shifts the work directly into your glutes. Mistake number 3, you're skipping the activation step. This is the mistake that keeps your glutes asleep no matter how many exercises you do. After years of sitting, driving, and modern life, most women over 60 have what we call glute amnesia. Your nervous system has literally forgotten how to recruit those muscles properly. So when you jump straight into bridges or squats, your body uses the muscles it remembers, the ones that are already overworked. Before any glute exercise, you need to wake up the connection between your brain and your glutes. This takes 30 seconds. Lie on your side. Bend your knees. Keep your feet together and slowly open your top knee, like a clamshell. But don't just move your leg. Focus entirely on squeezing the side of your buttock to create that movement. Go slowly. Feel the muscle contract. Do 10 on each side. Now your nervous system remembers. Now when you do your bridges or squats, your glutes will actually show up to work. Quick note, if you want all of this laid out for you step by step, I put together a complete guide called The Glute Strength Blueprint for Women Over 60. Everything you need in one place. Check the pinned comment below and grab it. Let me tell you what happened when Sandra fixed these 3 mistakes. Sandra is 64, lives in Arizona, and she'd been struggling with the same frustration you might be feeling. She was doing her exercises. Nothing was changing. Her physical therapist kept giving her more squats, more bridges. Her knees were getting worse. When we corrected her form, starting with the pelvic anchor and proper foot placement, something remarkable happened. Within 1 week, she told me her bridges felt completely different. She could actually feel her glutes working for the first time. Within 3 weeks, standing up from her couch didn't require pushing off with her hands anymore. At 6 weeks, she went on a hiking trip with her daughter and didn't need a single break on the inclines. The exercises didn't change. Her form did, and that changed everything. So how do you apply this starting today? Let me give you the exact steps. Step 1. Test your current form. Do 5 bridges the way you normally do them. Pay attention to where you feel it. Be honest. Lower back, hamstrings. If it's not primarily in your glutes, you know you've been compensating. I know you might be worried that correcting your form will feel awkward or that you'll have to start over. That's normal. It should feel different. Different means you're finally using the right muscles. Step 2. Reset your foot position. Lie down, bend your knees, and find that position where your fingertips just brush your heels. Lift your toes slightly, press through your heels. This is your new foundation. Step 3. Practice the pelvic anchor. Tilt your pelvis to press your lower back down gently. This protects your spine and ensures your glutes do the work. Do 5 bridges focusing only on this, lifting just a few inches. Squeeze your glutes at the top for 3 seconds. Step 4. Add the activation primer. Before any glute workout, do those side-lying clamshells. 10 each side, slow and controlled. This wakes up the mind-muscle connection. Step 5. Reduce your repetitions and increase your focus. Start with just 2 sets of 8 bridges. Perfect form. Full glute squeeze at the top. Rest between sets. This is about quality, not exhaustion. You might worry that doing fewer repetitions means slower progress. Actually, it's the opposite. 8 perfect repetitions build strength. 50 sloppy ones build compensation patterns and pain. Mary, 72, made these changes, and within 2 weeks noticed she could garden for an hour without her back seizing up. Her daughter noticed she was walking faster. Her confidence came back because her body was finally responding. So here's where we are. You have a choice right now. You can keep doing what you've been doing, hoping that somehow, eventually, it'll click. Hoping your body will just figure it out. But we both know how that story ends. More frustration, more wasted effort, more mornings where you wake up feeling stiff and weak, wondering if this is just how life is now. Or you can make a different choice. You can take what you learned today and actually use it. You can stop letting the wrong muscles do all the work while your glutes stay dormant. You can stop wondering if you're doing it right and actually feel it in the right places, see the changes in how you move. Think about what strong glutes actually give you. It's not about vanity. It's about walking upstairs without gripping the railing. It's about playing with your grandchildren on the floor and standing back up with ease. It's about never having that terrifying moment where your leg just doesn't support you. It's about keeping your independence, your confidence, your ability to live the life you want. Every day you exercise the wrong way is a day you're not building the strength you need. And I don't want that for you. You're putting in the effort. You deserve to see the results. Everything I just shared and more is waiting for you right now in the pinned comment below. Click it. Get the complete guide. Because your body is still capable of incredible strength, but only if you're finally training it the right way. Don't wait. You've got this. Your strongest days are still ahead of you.